Hello there, Team Flyer. Welcome back. We're on the air. We are live at this very exact moment. And so excited to be back for season 3 of the Always Believer podcast. I am your host and creator, Ariadna Arredondo. And yeah, oh my goodness gracious, it's been so long. What a journey, what a ride. The past 6 months basically. First and foremost, thank you so much for all the love, all the sweet messages, just absolutely everything you guys, you flyers throw my way through every single like, share, comment, post, rating, whatever it is that you do and your listens. Oh my goodness, we're reaching such levels of listens, of audios, of oh my goodness gracious, like we are rising with our like vibration. We are rising even higher because of all this. Like the community of Team Flyer is glowing even more, and I'm so thankful. Am I gonna cry in this episode? Who knows? Y'all know I'm a good crier, because I just feel things and I let go of things and things move me and I just cry. It doesn't matter where. And yeah, that's just what happens when you live the moment, basically. So since the last time we've talked, loads of things have been happening. Goodness gracious. First of all, we moved across the sea again to a land I call Europe. I'm back home, baby. I am beyond thrilled, excited, thankful, centered, aligned, like, oh my goodness gracious, all the peace in the world. It's just, wow. It's been a rough couple years, hasn't it? On this planet we call Earth. Goodness gracious. Not only through the pandemic, but through very difficult life situations in my personal life. If you follow the story, thank you so much for being there, understanding and listening, and and just still being here today. It means so much to me. But yeah, we moved back. And we're ready to have a great season with so many new novelties and like turns and twists. We're going to basically go with the moment in this one. We're going to go where life takes us with this one. Simply because, I'm just going to follow my heart. That's what I always do. And this is what my heart's telling me to do. So we're just going to open this door right open and be like, yo, baby, we're here. So for a few episodes, it's going to be a lot of one-to-ones, just with me, myself, and I, basically, just here looking at my little kitty as well. My little Banksy baby. For all of those who know, I do have a little black cat named Banks. He is usually on my social media feed. He also has his own little, Instagram page dedicated to all our creatures. Through my husband's and mine podcast. I also have a podcast with him called King Po Myers. So, let's get this party started. So you can expect the unexpected this time around, because that's literally what life is. I'm just going to come up and talk about different topics you guys have been wanting me to talk about. We're going to talk a lot about healing and about like inner growth and gentle parenting and all these sorts of things and tools that I've seen and gained along the way, not only in the past 6 months, of course, but also in the past just couple of years. And I think as humanity, as a society, as everything, community is number one, and feeling safe and secure and feeling comfortable in our skin is all number one priorities, including mental health. So it's all around kind of deal, You also can, if you've been here from the beginning, once again, thank you so much. We've come such a long way in 2 years. Goodness gracious. I happened to launch the podcast literally like 2 months before the pandemic hit. So it's been once again a wild ride. No longer there are exterior noises as far as I know. I mean, I'm still working from home, of course. I mean, that's the life. We might have a little kitty running around because once again, Bing sends a collar. I'll try to remember next time to take it off because, oh yeah. But other than that, we should be pretty cool. Goodness. So today's, what's on my mind today is a little bit of the journey of 6 months from what happened, like when I left the podcast and the online world 6 months ago to now. I mean, I was offline for a few months. I needed that time to recenter myself. I was full on, not only beyond exhausted, I just was in one of the darkest points of my life. And I thought to myself, how am I going to give to you, my audience, our community, the very best of myself when I just feel like the worst ish on the floor, you know what I mean? So I dealt with that in the best way I could in that moment in time with the best resources I could. And the first thing I did was go offline. I went offline for 3 months. It was a series of things. I'm not going to get too much into it in this episode because it's just, like, hello episode. But I will in the future because I feel like I did have a lot of questions about that and how that felt, especially for quote unquote a long time, because 3 months offline feels really long for all of us for some reason. But yeah, I did it, and I did it with ease, I want to say. And then after that, I just started posting about what's in my heart a lot more and just be more aligned. Basically, preparing for a move, preparing for a big life change, for a big dream coming true. So here we are. Anyways, one of the topics of today, or the topic for today, for this introduction episode, this quote really, really spoke to me. And I just wanted to say, this is how I felt for, probably my whole life, and especially recently, because we kind of forget. And yeah, and the quote is, we often thought that we would be rescued by somebody else, when in reality, it was ourselves all along who did the rescuing. So let me say that one more time. We often thought that we would be rescued by somebody else, when in reality, it was ourselves all along who did the rescuing. And that hit home, that hit hard in a good way, because it's like, when it says in the quote, somebody else, it could be something else. You can be like, oh, it's the universe, it'll come to me naturally, or this person, or this job, or this apartment, or this food, or this fitness plan, or this vacation, or this animal, or this kid, or, plop your answer here, basically. And it's like, no, we don't really need to be rescued by anybody else. First of all, whoever I'm talking to, whoever's listening, if you consider yourself a queen, which you should, or a king, which you should, because we're all kings and queens and kings, for crying out loud. We all deserve the very best and nothing more. And it's like, we don't need another prince, king, queen, someone of whoever it is that you feel in love with come to rescue us. It's within us. It's us the whole way through, because we are our own best friend. So a lot of the times we come and think and we're like, okay, so yeah, when I get the job, I'll be happy. When I move to Spain, I'll be happy. When we get our second cat, I'll be happy. When it's like, why are you putting that ideology in the future when you can just be more present in what's happening now, what you can do today, and what makes you happy today, first of all. And then second of all, it was really ourselves who did all the rescuing. Because to go a little bit more profound, because that's what we do here at The Always Believer, we keep it nice and real. I felt this because throughout the past couple of years, one of the toughest situations I've ever lived, I was thinking, this would help or that would help, and this person, maybe if I heal, maybe if I forgive, and maybe if they come to me and say I'm sorry, and then I can like close that cycle. It's like I've come to realize, wait a second there, Ariadna. It depends on me. It's up to me. And just because that person maybe hasn't said I'm sorry, or that person hasn't come to terms to it, doesn't mean that I shouldn't. So what can I do every day, and what have I done every day to make sure that I close those cycles, break generational trauma, and actually live a meaningful, fulfilling life for me, whatever that may look like for me, whether it's eating chocolate at 3 a.m. or going for an 8-hour walk, which I've done both, you know what I mean? Kind of, who hasn't? And even if you haven't, doesn't matter, but whatever is meaningful to you, that's the point of the story. So, I realized all along it was myself who did the rescuing. And yeah, this is like in layman's terms, like if you really go back and you're like, well, that's the always believer, like that's how you started again. You know, you felt alone and then you did by yourself and you were in survival mode and then you got yourself out of survival mode, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but we forget. Just because there were harder situations before doesn't mean what we're living through is still not difficult. It still is. And exactly the reason why we're always in survival mode is because we kind of forget to, we're like, oh wait, we don't have to always be, like it's fine, like it's gonna be okay. Like, let's not wait for the quote unquote perfect moment, or let's not wait for this person to react, because maybe they won't. And you're gonna have to be okay with that because your life depends on you. So I can truly say that yes, through many, many tools of meditation and crying my heart out and like letting anger go and journaling and like a million gazillion things that we can like talk about in a million gazillion episodes, you know, it was myself. And with community, with help, obviously, and I'm very grateful to the people around me, but you know where I'm getting at. You know exactly where I'm getting at. That day in, day out, the person who's with you the most is yourself. And if you're listening to this podcast, regardless if this is your first episode or if it's, you know, you've heard every single episode and what you have, oh my goodness gracious, I want to hug you so much. And even if it's your first time listening, I want to hug you so much because I'm so grateful that you're here. But point being, if you're listening to this episode, no matter what, if you're here with us today, no matter what, you believe in mental health, you believe in wellness of the soul, you believe in the greater good and of just living the life that you deserve and you want, and manifesting and vibrations and energy healing and all that good stuff, of course. So you get that because we've taken time to heal. And if you haven't, that's okay. This is your reminder. Things take time. I'm in areas, I'm highly impatient with myself. And like, I can have patience for you and things that you do, but like for me, I want it now. I'm like Veruca Salt with myself. And I'm like, okay, Ariadna, you're not Veruca Salt. Like, daddy, I want it now kind of girl. You need to calm down and have patience. So yeah, and if you haven't fully healed, as I know I have it, of like everything, because it's always a continuous progress and process and whatnot, it's okay. But the fact that you're here listening, it's part of a healing process. You need to listen to this today because your heart told you to, and you're like, hey, well, why not? So hopefully that speaks to you. And you need to realize that you don't need anybody else but you to do the healing process, to make sure you are up and mighty and strong and the beautiful soul creature flyer that you are. You did your own rescuing in whatever way you thought that was okay and possible. And what's good for you yesterday is not good for you tomorrow, and that's okay, because that's you know, we evolve. Like human beings, we need to evolve, and we should. So, all in all, welcome back, Team Flyer. I'm probably going to cry in between this episode and the next one and be like, oh my God, I'm back on air. I'm so excited and grateful that I have this moment and this peace and this quiet and this independence to finally record the way I want to record, and that I'm very proud of myself. as well as I'm here to remind you to be very proud of yourself today. You are awake. You had breakfast or lunch or dinner, some stuff, nutritious food, or you know what I mean. You've had water. You've had something good for you. You're up and at 'em and you're listening to a podcast that's good for your soul. Be proud of all the ways you're healing. Be proud and take those wins. And that's another flaw of mine. I don't take my wins, and that's what we're going to be learning along the way. My husband again repeated it again yesterday and today. It's like, hey, you've grown. You got to remember to take those wins, girl. I'm like, all right. So I'm here to also remind you, because we're all mirrors. You know, if you know, you know when I say we're all mirrors. That we're here and we're ready and we are proud of all the healing, of all the life skills we've learned, regardless if it was 2 years, the last 2 years, or the last 2 months, or the last 2 minutes. We've learned so much and we're learning so much more. So be compassionate. Love yourself. Show yourself some love. Hug yourself, please. Be in love with yourself, please. Oh, all the feels. Oh my goodness. I am giving myself love today. I already gave myself lots of love today. I treated myself to a nice lunch in a terrace on the sunny, beautiful day. I got myself new books because I'm a reader, and oh my goodness gracious, I'm excited. And I want to keep treating myself and pushing myself and understanding that, you know, at the end of the day, we're the ones who are rescuing ourselves, and we are very proud of that. So with that, and a many more episodes coming your way, whether they're tidbits, whether they're interviews. Oh, I'm so excited to interview people. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to start recording these with videos at some point of life as well, so you can actually see me, like, the excitement, please. But still. So today's question is, how can you show yourself more love and compassion each day? Please spread the love. Tell me down below on today's post on Instagram. You can find us everywhere. Follow the podcast, please. Leave a note. Leave a far away. See, I'm all about like Disney and like fairy tales because they do come true. We just make them. We just make our own fairy tales. That's literally it. Leave a 5-star review. Just anything helps. Share, like, comments. You know, if this touched your soul in any way, please just come follow us and be prepared for many more things. And definitely let me know, please. I'm always up for suggestions how we can like show ourselves more love and compassion. Once more, I'm Ariadna Arredondo. This is season 3, the start of season 3. If you're new here, welcome. Please check out season 1 and season 2. There's plenty of episodes, goodness gracious. If you're bilingual of Spanish and English, español y en inglés, por favor. Be sure to check out the ones in Spanish too. We got plenty of those going around. And enjoy the interviews, enjoy the stories, share them, tag people, just spread that love. And the last thing I'll definitely leave you with is, you know, my biggest intention here at The Always Believer is not only being myself, this crazy person that's upbeat, that's, you know, cries in the episodes, that's just, you know, plays with their cat randomly in the episode because, you know, he comes right up to me and it's like, oh, hello, it's playtime in the middle of an episode, for example. I want you, the listener, you, the person, you, the soul, to feel like yourself right here. I want you to feel safe and that you're able to be yourself and to show up exactly the way you are, whether it's a bad mood, good mood, sad, doesn't matter. You are you, and every version of yourself is valid, and you're welcome here at The Always Believer. You're welcome here with Ariadna. I mean, I'm me. This is what you see is what you got kind of mode. And, you know, I truly wish with my biggest heart and from my sincerest place is that when you feel like yourself around me in anything I do or anything I produce or anything I direct or anytime you and me talk face to face or through Zoom life, because that you can feel like yourself. And that love that you feel in that moment, not only am I transmitting that to you, and for you to see it's not really me that that you love, of course, it's that you are madly in love with yourself, that you feel that comfort, that you feel that soul purpose is coming alive. So if I managed to do any of that in this little mini first podcast episode, or any post, please let me know. I wish you the greatest, most magical day, week, month, minute, lifetime. And all my best. And as I always say, hug tighter, love stronger. Till next time. Bye. Catch us every single week, starting right now at the Always Bloomer podcast. We're everywhere. Please share and subscribe for more. Have a beautiful day. Bye.